Hi, this is Henry Cobb once again with some fantasy trip exercises. And by popular vote on the Facebook group, we'll be covering the the fantasy trip trope of sword and torch. Most famously, of course, is on page 45 of the In the Labyrinth rulebook, which shows this gentleman with his sword and his torch in hand, and he's in some sort of underground situation, and these tentacles are coming to invade his personal space. Well, obviously, this is one particular type of critter that applies for this, and since it's Christmas time, it might as well be a tree. So, here is a tactical situation. He's walking around a narrow corridor, and he turns a corner, and he encounters some vines growing from the top. Now, here is our lucky contestant today, who's going to get his personal space invaded by the tentacles. And as he's a woodsman type who's got the sword and torch, in this case being brand, for this scenario, I'm using 35 attribute characters that have only the 1,000 starting silvers. The reason being that it's pretty easy to get those first three attribute points before the cost really skyrocket, and you probably won't get that much gear in that short amount of time. This guy is cloth armor, toughness, and broadsword and brand in hand. So let's see how well he does. So he looks there at the vines, and since he's a woodsman, he's also a naturalist. So Zed needs to roll against his IQ of 11 or less in order to recognize that these are blood tree vines. Let's see if he does. Yes, he recognizes them as blood tree vines. Now, how can he get past them? Well, let's see. The rulebook here on page 97 has a strength of 10. Swords or axes. Alright, other types of weapons are very little use. Fire does not harm the roots, so the brand won't work. Though lightning does. Well, he's not a wizard. Alright, so he just needs to generate 10 points of damage to hack through a hex of vines. So with the vines there are, I guess, pretty stationary there. They're definitely not engaging him or presenting a weapon to him. So he's probably at a +4 dex to hack at vines. So here we go. That's 11 for his cloth armor. And then +4 is 15 or less to hit with his broadsword. So, bingo, yeah. So he's going to very rapidly chop through those vines. Now, what if he had failed his roll and said, oh, well, I'm just going to push my way through here, aren't I? All right, now, failing the identification roll. All right, so now that's 2 points of movement, and he needs to roll 12 or less on his strength to push through. And a 12, yep, he pushes through. All right, and then he goes to the next hex. And again, he needs to roll 12 or less to push through. And he makes it again. So it's not a terribly difficult encounter to do the blood tree, obviously. But we were promised the nuisance encounters, and so I'm going to bring in the entire party here, which in addition has a standard goblin witch, but with 2 weapons and no weapon talents. So it's the weapon talent is knife. So she can go 2 silver daggers, which means she can't cast spells at full IQ because only one of those silver daggers can be her staff, or her usual configuration is silver dagger and brand. And then, of course, she has the fire spell. Hey, wizard without a fire spell? No way. We got Harry, the human hero here, who does the spear work and is the party physiquer with the physiquer kit and everything. And then we got Monty, who is a fencer type that also has alertness and has a bow and missile weapons so that he can get 2 shots per turn. All right. Now, we'll just use the nuisance table here on page 74 to see what they're jumped by. So first, let's go set up all the adventurers here, and then see what kills them. So, Zed. Alright, so we're going to go Zed and Harry up front, Wizard in the rear, and then Monty is going to be using his bow with his bow in hand. The rest have essentially melee weapons, which is two brands. One in the hands of Zed here, and one in the hands of, what the heck is her name? Puzgo. So she's doing dagger and brand, he's doing sword and brand. Alright, let's see what kills them on the nuisance table. Page 74 of the rulebook. And with a 5, we get 3 green slimes. Now the green slimes are of course hidden somewhere on the map. And these poor fools won't know what hit them. However, there is one person with alertness, and one person who has woodsman, which means he is also a naturalist, which means he can spot slimes before they do them in. And here we go. Let's just put 3 random slimes here. And these are hanging out on the ceiling. And so they're going to cautiously advance into the room. They're just walking along. They're not running. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, Zed is adjacent to a slime, and so as a naturalist, he gets a 3 IQ roll to note to just spot the slime there hanging out. Monty, who has alertness, doesn't trigger until there's actually an ambush going on. So it's just Zed who just, as a naturalist, who can spot things. So IQ 11. And that's a total blow. That misses it. Alright, now the slimes move. And the slimes here have got an MA of what exactly? MA of 2. Alright. So this one is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's got 2 targets. So 1, 2, 3 is Zed. 4, 5, 6 is Harry. 3, he's going to go on top of Zed. And he's going to drop. Alright, now Zed gets 2 rolls here. Oh yeah, and then yeah, the other 2 slimes are just crawling along here on the ceiling. They can go full speed on the ceiling. Alright, so now Zed gets another IQ roll to spot the slime just before it goes on top of him. No, a 14 is definite no-go there. And now Zed gets a dex roll to evade the slime as it drops down on top of him. The adjusted dex is 11 in this case, but he's got acrobatics, so it's only a 2 die roll. And that's easily making it. And so this slime, here, I'll put these guys upside down because they're on the ceiling. So that slime there is dropped to there. And now it is combat time. So he's obviously facing the slime. There's a slime right in the darn middle of the party. Alright, Zed immediately, having seen the slime, as a naturalist, he knows that it's only affected. Let's see. Well, let's see if he can recount its abilities. 3 die roll to remember it really quick. Identification roll. He's not been making any of his naturalist rolls so far. 9. Finally makes it. Yes, he identifies as a green slime and he yells out, hey, you can only use torches against it. So, let's roll up the strength values of the 3 slimes here. Now, the 2 dice plus 8 will give you a range of 2 to 12. So here we go. Q, R, and S. Q has 2 dice plus 8. That is, let me think. Oh, it's 12 to 10. So the 2 dice plus 10, and then ignore the highest. All right, so there we go. 14. R has got 15. And S has got 18. Ooh, it's a tough one. That's right in the middle of them. All right, now we have 2 brands immediately available to use. And what's going to happen is that H and M here are, well, let's see, does M have a, well, M has his main gosh in hand because he's just putting the light. So M is putting away his main gosh and readying his a brand. And he's going to need a light from someone, which is going to take some coordination. And H is, let's see, H also has a brand, but he needs to get that out. So that's going to take a bit. All right, so we have 2 torches in hand. So Puzzgo is adjusted Dex 12. Zed is adjusted Dex 11. Puzzgo goes first. She considers using a fire spell, but she has a brand in hand, so might as well use that first. All right, here we go. 12 or less. 16 or less to hit because the slimes are slow. Yeah, it's a definite hit. 1 die minus 2, and then doubled. 0. 0 doubled to 0. Oh well. And now, Zed here. Yeah, fire spell is what's needed. Zed also hits. Just with the brand. Not bothering with the sword. Ineffective. For 1 point doubled is 2 points onto S. Alright. Now, next turn, the slimes are purple. And the initiative roll is... Ooh, they beat him by 4. And what's the roll here? Is... You have to beat him by 3 to get initiative. And they beat him by 4. So the slimes have initiative. And we'll move first. Alright. Let's see. S is pretty mindless, so he's just going to randomly 1, 2, 3, 4 reroll anything higher. 5, 3. 1, 2, 3. He attempts to move on to here. Now I'm using all of my optional rolls, which means that Puzzgo now gets an evasion roll. And since this is coming in from her front hex, she just needs to roll 2 dice against a dex of 12 to evade into a new hex. 4, she makes it and does not fall down, which would be nasty. Alright. Now, a Q here is going to go on to the nearest humanoid. And again, Zed gets an IQ roll to spot it. 12 misses, and now he gets a dex roll. Does he have acrobatics? Yes, he's got acrobatics, thankfully. So 2 dice to evade. This actually does. So he backs up 1. And now this guy here is going to move forwards 2 along the ceiling. A silent killer. Out of sight, definitely not out of mind. Alright. H and M have brands available, but no lights. Let's see. They're not engaged. They can move wherever they like. They're both going to go like that. Alright. And they're going to wait for Puzzgo to act. And Puzzgo is going to cast the fire spell, which is going to cost 1 fatigue in any case. Alright, 12 or less to succeed with a fire spell. Yes. Whoosh. And that hex is on fire. Alright. So that immediately costs 2 damage. Doubled is 4 onto S. H and M in their turns are going to dip their brands into the fire hex to light them up. Z is using his torch, his brand, against a Q here. 9. Oh, wait, there's +4 for hitting a slime, so that's a very easy hit. 1 die, -2, doubled. Torches should be a lot more effective against things that go up in flames, really. That's 2 points. Doubled is 4 points on the Q. Alright. So, next turn. Slimes are purple again. Everyone has a lit brand in hand. Now, they should probably go 2 branded, but that would take some time to repair, and they don't really have a lot of time here because they're in the middle of combat. Alright, the slimes only beat the humans by 2, so the humans have initiative, and ask, let's see, they're going to ask the slimes to go first. Alright, now S here doesn't like being in a fire hex, and so he's going to choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 humanoid to move on top of. 4, on to the wizard. Alright, the wizard is being invaded from her front hex, so she needs to roll 2 dice to evade this, for a dex of 12. 7, she steps back. The danger here is somebody's going to roll a 12 at some point and fall down into the slime. Alright, now Q here is going to trying to move on to Z. And again, that's 2 dice to evade. The acrobatics doesn't help because it only goes down to 2 dice in my evasion rules. Alright, he evades also. And he's going to come over to his buddies. And then R here is going to move, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which human is it going after? They're all about the same distance. 6. So this way. Alright. Now, combat phase. Puzgo is back to using her brand, because she doesn't want to blow all of her strength on the fire spells, since they don't seem to do very much against these guys. But who has the highest dex? Morty. Morty has the highest dex. Alright. So Morty here is got a slime in front of him, S, and he's got a 14, which is 18 adjusted for getting a little slime. So, yep, that's a definite hit. 1 die -2, doubled. Nothing. Alright. Puzgo, 12, adjusted to 16 for target, which is obviously a 15 or less. 13 hits. 1 die -2, doubled. That's 4. Oh, that's 2 points, doubled to 4 onto S. Alright. Now, Harry is going to use his brand. Just a dex 15. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, Harry didn't know about R, so he moved over here. Help protect the wizard. That's a hit. For 1 point doubled is 2 points on S. Six strength left. Can you do it? Alright, and now, finally, Zed. He's got his own slime fight here. 11 plus 4 is 15. That's 13 is a hit. 1 dice minus 2. 2 doubled is 4. On to Q. Looks like he's doing better on his own than the others are doing against their slime. Alright, now next turn. Initiative. Nope, the humans have it because the slime is only beaten by 1. They just ask the slimes to go first. Let's see. Alright. R is out there. Got several options. Alright, so first S. S is going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who looks chewier? That's the wizard again. Always the wizard. The wizard is being invaded from her front hex by a slow-moving critter, so it's 2 dice to evade. 7 she does. Alright, Q is obviously going to flow on top of Z here. Again, that's a front hex, that's a frontal assault. So, easily evaded. Humans are getting backed into a corner here. And now R here has got 2 targets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, he's going to go towards M and not into the fire. Obviously. He's still hanging out there unseen on the ceiling. Yay. Alright, now the humans get to move. Shift around to there. And, yeah, otherwise that looks good. And so, human actions. Morty here is going to wail on Q. Just Dex 18. And Brandom. Yep, that's definitely a hit. For nothing. Alright, Fuzzgo. Brand again. Already down 1 fatigue for using the fire spell. And 15 is exactly a hit. Ooh, a good hit. Alright, that's 3, doubled to 6 points onto S. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's just enough to take S out of the fight. It's an X slime. Alright, Harry has no target because he's got a dead slime there. So now it is Zed who is facing Q. And that's definitely a hit. For 3 points doubled is 6 damage onto Q. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, another dead slime. So even though the torches are pretty darn ineffective, they're actually getting the job done. Alright, next turn. Zed is temporarily out of combat. He doesn't see any live targets, so he gets a chance to spot the hidden one, does he? No, he's IQ 11 does not make a great naturalist, obviously. Alright, Slime R versus the humans. The Slime R is purple. And the humans have the initiative because they're a lot smarter. So they ask R to move first. They don't know where he is. Their woodsman has been incredibly useless at spotting things so far. So R is going to go onto and attempt to drop onto Morty. Alright. Now, Morty has alertness, so when he's actually being ambushed here, he doesn't have naturalist, which means he can't just scan the horizon and say, oh, there's slimes out there. But he has alertness, which means that when he sees motion dropping down on top of him, he can respond. So let's see if that works for him. IQ 11. No. I don't know what's in these torches, but obviously they don't provide any way to spot things. And let's see, does Morty have acrobatics? No, it adjusted Dex 14. He didn't think he needed it. So let's see if that works out for him. Get out of the way of the slime. Yes, he does. He steps back, Jack. All right, and now these other guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's crowd around the slime and do them in. All right, and evading the... do slimes count as a falling body? I guess it's a big gooey patch, so yeah. All right, so now it is time to wail on the slime. All right, Morty uses brand. In the offhand, that's a definite hit for... Wow, I need a dice tower. 2 minus 2 is nothing. All right. Let's go. Just deck 16. That's a hit. For 3, double is 6 damage onto R. And so that's 9 more to go on R. All right, so now... it's Harry's turn. And just deck 15. Oh, attacking the slime from behind. Well, all attacks are rear hexes, so everyone's attacking from behind. And 12 is definitely a hit for no damage. And finally, Zed. And just deck 15 again with another brand. That is a hit for 2 points doubled is 4 damage onto R. It has 5 more hit points to go. Next turn. Can the slimes get any damage at all? I don't know these people. These darn tricky humans and goblins. Alright, here we go. Who has initiative? Humans definitely have initiative. They tell the slime to go first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Reroll anything higher. 2. It's on to Morty this time. Let's see if we can rick him. Alright, Morty is being invaded from the front, so he needs to roll 2 dice against his just dex of 14. Yep, he makes it. Alright, and the humans adjust here. Crowd around and pound on the slime. Alright, so we start here with Morty as the offended party using a brand. That's a hit. For 1 point doubled is 2 points onto R. R. Where he's pretty much proud of himself. Alright, let's go. I'll just, purple is the damage. They're probably going to hit anyway. Yeah, that's a hit. For 2 doubled is 4 points. And that takes the last slime out of the fight. So the humans are victorious at the cost of 1 fatigue. Well done. Alright, well let's see what we got for next week's episode.